Welcome back. Dare I say it looks rather pretty on our America's Mattress Live Tower cam. Nice view of Colorado National Monument, but it is a bit ominous at the same time. It's just the earliest signs of a little instability in the air causing those clouds we are going to see a very rainy forecast coming up these next couple of days. 72 degrees right now, sunny at the airport, not too much humidity, gone up a little bit. Winds not too notable, and of course our sunsets are continuing to get earlier and earlier. We already see a little bit of that yellow in the background earlier on. 75 degrees was our high for the day, 5 degrees above our average maximum temperature for the day of 70 degrees. So we've certainly cooled down a lot. Feels a bit more like fall should, but still a few degrees above average. And then we're going to look at our lows since midnight. Peonia and Glade Park is definitely a little bit high. We've had a little bit of issues with the sensors there. So if you do live in any of those areas, send us a picture of your thermostat. I'd happy to feature that instead of these right here. 54 in Montrose, 47 in Delta, 58 reached in Grand Junction overnight, 30s over in the mountains, and then today 80 in Grand hasn't reached in Delta, 77 in Montrose, 76 down in Nucleus, 68 over in Glade Park. Pretty stable, starting to feel a bit more again fall-like. 73 right now in Montrose, still a couple degrees above average. But let's talk about what you've probably heard and what will be affecting your weekend the very most. This flood watch we are under. Technically, the valleys you'll notice are a little bit excluded. Technically, Montrose, Delta, and even here in Grand Junction are not included in that flood watch zone, but that does not necessarily exclude them from isolated flooding incidents. Right now we haven't seen that much rainfall, right? A little bit in the morning over in Grand Junction by the airport and Glade Park and Moab too. But we aren't going to see those earliest rounds of convection until late tonight. We have two factors causing this rainfall. For one, this is stationary front. That is going to be a cold front. It's going to move closer and closer towards us soon. And then the remnants of Tropical Storm Priscilla. All that moisture is being brought up towards us in Utah and western Colorado. That's going to make for a very rainy weekend coming up. You can see it here, likely chances on Friday and Saturday. I do think here in Grand Junction, most of our rainfall we will probably get over the course of the day on Friday, but I do think we will see widespread rainfall on Saturday. Keep in mind, these are just a measurement of area, not necessarily rainfall total. And now it's looking like it's going to hang on into the rest of the week too, with some increased rainfall chances on Sunday and Monday. Let's time it out for you on your Futurecast. This is Thursday at 11 p.m. I think that's pretty accurate for when you're going to start to see more widespread rainfall here in the western slope. And once it starts, it's just going to keep going throughout the day on Friday. Very rainy day overall here on the western slope, not just for us in Grand Junction, but Delta, Montrose, Nucleus. We're going to take a look at our rainfall totals, right? You'll notice in there, potential for some thunderstorms will be possible. It's not necessarily going to all be thunderstorms, but they will be embedded within some of those rainfall showers. These rainfall totals will give you a good idea why we talk so much about flooding. This is Friday at 6 a.m., almost a third of an inch of rain here in Grand Junction, and then it's going to keep going up and up with our heaviest day of rainfall technically being Saturday, but again, I think Friday here in Grand Junction will get a little bit more, and then it's just going to go up and up from there. I mean, you can see over an inch in Nucleus, similar in Montrose there. So over these next couple of days, if you are in a flood-prone area, definitely take precautions, as we are going to see a lot of rainfall coming up very soon. Tonight, you're going to see temperatures in those 50s for many of us, 53 in Montrose, 66 tomorrow. We're going to cool down a lot here in Grand Junction, 68 in Delta. They're going to head throughout the rest of the week. Those temperatures are going to get to the low 70s, so you're getting early next week. 64 tomorrow in Montrose, 65 on Saturday. Rainfall hanging on Monday and Tuesday.